What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So we're going to get into Shakur Stevenson, Andre Berto, and then I have something else I want to continue to talk about because I want to, I like to cover all bases. And even though you do that, you still always have people that don't get it. It's always facts versus opinions with most people. And there's always facts versus opinion with those that don't get it. Okay. So let me say this to start this video, and then I'm going to get into something else. Because you see, we're in the era of the casual, to where even the so-called boxing aficionados get influenced by what's happening now, the mindset of what's happening now. Okay, anytime there's change, it's because of the mindset of people. That's why. All right. First off, for Shakur Stevenson, let me say, him trying to play the bad guy all of a sudden, he better really hope that he get quality fights and that he not only get them but win. Okay. His style of fighting, like I said, it doesn't matter if he wins all 12 rounds of a fight. The fact that people are saying he's boring, either he's going to listen and find a way to try to be more exciting, or he's going to say, hell no, I'm doing what I do. That's his choice. Okay. So at the end of the day, when you hear me say, like, for example, to make a comparison, that Keyshawn Davis fight had more fireworks in it, okay, than Shakur Stevenson's fight, that doesn't mean Keyshawn Davis beats Shakur. You understand what I mean? I don't care about people's opinions. I'm not asking. If I'm asking your opinion, that's one thing. But even if you give your opinion on who you think would win, that's okay. It still doesn't prove anything. You prove it when the fight happens. Okay, when it comes into fruition, then we know who's who. All right, but Shakur Stevenson, it just seems to me like a plan that's going to slap him right in the face. I mean, for one, he sat there and he argued with his grandfather during the fight. Now don't get me wrong. Any real fighter should know what's going on out there, and you should be able to navigate, through, like they say, you see job applications that say must be able to work with little to no supervision. You've been doing this, you're a fighter, you should know what you're supposed to be doing. But you have a corner man for a reason. Now maybe he just want people in his corner to give him water and take the towel and wipe him off and ice him down and shit. Who knows? Okay, because the way he went about that was all wrong. And it was disrespectful. Funny thing is, Terrence Crawford, who constantly bigs up Shakur Stevenson and vice versa, he told him the same exact things that his grandfather was telling him about what he's not letting his hands go. You got to go on the inside and let your hands go. You walk him down, then you getting in and you're waiting for him. So you're trying to counterpunch, but putting yourself in harm's way, and you're trying to get close, waiting to counterpunch. Okay, and even when you come in and you jab, you're stopping, you're not letting your hands go like you should, you're not following up. And Crawford was telling him the same things. He's debating with Crawford too. Okay, so now all of this talk, him signing with Matchroom, and he want to make it seem like it's the world against Shakur Stevenson now. So he's going back and forth with Andre Berto. You saw the text. He's talking about how he beat his ass. He's an old ass nigga. He's a shitty fighter. And one thing that makes me laugh about people when they constantly always calling people old, I always ask people, do you want to die young? If not, keep living. Watch what's going to happen. You're going to fuck around. You're going to get old, just like your grandfather. Okay? You're calling Andre Berto an old ass nigga. He was a shitty fighter. I beat your ass at 126. I mean, he's just saying all of this shit, right? If you had that same type of mentality in the ring, then the improvements that people are asking for would be seen. Okay, for those who just see the potential in you and know he probably could just do better if he does this and that, you don't take it that way. You take it as anytime somebody say anything about you, they're coming at you. Cameron already said he'd slap fire out of you. Nobody, I mean, it's funny how these fighters get so defensive, right? But yet, Shakur Stevenson is one of the biggest mouthed. He's one of the most big mouth, arrogant, egotistical fighters out there. The second a fighter in his weight class has a fight, what's the first thing he does? Jump on X and start running his mouth. He love. You can critique and insult fighters, but nobody can't give you even constructive criticism. Nobody cares about his little keyboard warrior antics. That don't mean anything. But the level of disrespect that he shows, it's gonna come back and haunt him. You watch what I tell you. And he actually was putting photos up of Andre Berto saying, was you trying to shoulder roll when this happened and stuff like that? Then he's like, he could teach Floyd what he was doing wrong with his shoulder roll against Robert Guerrero. I mean, he's just saying a whole lot of stupid shit. And you see, the thing is this. Don't think because you jump on Matchroom bandwagon that all of a sudden now you're that guy. I mean, the thing is, they're going to hope to try to put fights together, because if they have some pieces of the puzzle from fighters from each division that has top fighters that can be big fights, they're hoping that the Saudis can make this happen. So, example, maybe being with Matchroom, maybe the Saudis, maybe we can persuade, Tank Davis, to fight Shakur, and then the fight happens and it's a big massive fight or whatever. Maybe it happens over there, maybe it happens over here, maybe it never happens at all. Okay, but at the end of the day, whether it's Lomachenko still being around or whoever, whatever it may be, from what we understand at this moment, Lomachenko and Tank are, I've heard this last week for the past week now, that they're very close to sealing the deal. We'll see what happens. But bottom line is, the sad thing is, Shakur Stevenson is just playing the role of the bad guy. Yeah, he's been facing criticism, and yeah, these people flip-flop. They're very fickle. Yeah, that's what it is. So if you're fighting, let me tell you this. If you're fighting for the fans to like you, if that's your intentions, I want them to love me. I want them to like me. You are going to fight yourself often, because depending on who you're fighting and depending on how you're seen overall, you're more than likely going to be that fighter with his style that most people are saying the same things. You're boring. You're boring. They're overlooking the skill set because his fights are being viewed as boring. But all of the things that he's saying, you see, one of the things I noticed about this generation a long time ago, okay, I don't do this to no motherfucker, okay? I don't know. But you fans be doing that. And a lot of the fighters who, when they want to try to be disrespectful, and say things like, the way he's talking to Andre Berto didn't say anything disrespectful then. All he said, basically was like, you don't need to worry about these fans and just basically get back to what he does and just improve. So Shakur just took it to, and then back with the old ass nigga shit. Once again, you same motherfuckers don't have nothing to say about, But anyways, listen. So he's saying all of these things. None of that stuff is going to make him improve in the ring. Shakur's style is more than likely not going to change. Why? Because he fights the way he fights because of his lack of power. And so how he combines his hand speed, his movement, foot speed, everything, his IQ together. He knows he doesn't have that kind of power to go in there and try to dog walk someone unless they really just can't take a punch. He knows that. So what does he do? He fight in the way where he's safety first. You think that's going to change the older he gets? No. So he is who he is. So his thing is, they can hate me all they want, but as long as I'm winning, they're going to come to see me lose, right? Maybe. Because we all know he needs the right dance partner. You know, once he comes outside of the Prudential Center in Newark, in fact, the way he's acting, he might lose those fans. Those fans might show up to boo him. Or they might not show up like they was because they were leaving. It was a lot of people leaving, okay? So him going at people is not going to change his performance in the ring, and it's not going to change his next performance. You see, it's so focused on talking shit on social media. I feel like, what do? They just sit here and have everybody on everybody's name on notification on morning. So when they say something, it just pops up like, you know. But yeah, all this tough talk. Where was all this attitude in your fight? Where was all this tough shit? Where was all this in the fight? Because the way you claim you beat Andre Berto's ass, right? Well, you clearly won this fight that you had. You won. You pretty much won every round. But you're sitting up here. So in other words, you put more effort into sparring matches than you do in the actual ring. Come on, bro. Listen. When you're the main event, but you have undercard fights that get more praise than the main event, who are you blaming for that? Then you turn around and act like people are stupid, like we don't see what happened. Oh man, he was running. Nah, he wasn't running. He was right there in front of you. He was using movement at times like he was supposed to. You're not a seek and destroy type fighter. You are a pure boxer. But all of that, the attitude and shit, 1 minute you're retiring. You know, we all saw you crying at the Olympics. The pictures are all over the place. You understand what I'm saying? We know how things can be. We know shit goes up and down. But, you know, undefeated fighters especially have such a chip on their shoulder when they talk shit to where they don't understand. You get to the point where people want to see you lose. You get to the point where promoters don't want to really deal with you. You know, we saw Terrence Crawford get accused of not being able to sell by Bob Arum. And he said he was frustrated with him. Crawford can't do nothing. He can't sell tickets. He can't, right? Notice now, since Crawford has beaten Spence, now Crawford is a lot more vocal on social media, commenting on different things and making his presence known, showing up in different places. When I said he should have been doing this kind of shit then. Why? You have a promotional team that's not promoting you properly. So it's time in your career going by. Look how old Bob Arum is. Don't know how long he's going to live, right? But once again, a promoter can promote fights far longer than a fighter can fight. So when you're on the shelf and no longer fighting, there'll be somebody else. You understand what I mean? So regardless, you know, Shakur attitude, man, you know, if he feel like what he's doing is fine, he don't need to change it, then don't. Then don't. And if you're going to go and keep arguing with the fans that's paying their money to see you fight, you better learn from Rolly Romero. You better learn, you know, from Ryan Garcia. Doing dumb shit. People, ha 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 ha, LOL, he's so funny, gotta love him too. Oh shit. Damn, I didn't know this was gonna happen. Yeah, because I mean, the type of shit he's talking and not understanding, Andre Berto's career has already come and gone, and he's doing whatever he's doing now. Just like your career has come and it's going to go one day. Nobody is going to be in the same position forever. At some point, like right now, on most people's pound for pound list is Terrence Crawford. He's not always going to be there. Canelo's not always going to be there. Anthony Joshua, Usyk, all these other, everybody's not going to be there. It's going to be somebody else's time. You come and you go. And there's going to be people of that generation arguing about those guys would have beat these guys and these guys would have beat those guys and all the same recycled shit. It's just life, history repeating itself with different people. That's all. So I feel like for Shakur Stevenson, man, that boy need an attitude change. He need a real attitude adjustment. Always trying to play the villain, trying to beat you, trying to play the Floyd role. You got to understand something about Floyd. Floyd was a beloved fighter at first, okay? And when it got to the point where Floyd started to understand what was going on and how this monopoly of boxing goes, and he started taking control of his own career, even before he got to the lawyer, okay? It's like the public made him the bad guy. He said, okay, fuck it. Y'all want to boo me? Y'all want okay, cool. So he did what he did. You're not Floyd. You're not going to do what he did the way he did it. It's not going to work for you the same way. Look at your age. By the time Floyd was your age, Floyd was already world champion. Floyd already was You know what I'm saying? In that position of, you understand? He was already that guy. Floyd didn't have a problem like you. He didn't have, oh, promotions don't want me, this and that. No, HBO didn't want to pay him what Showtime paid him, and this was Floyd, like I said, preparing for his exit strategy. But you can't even compare your resume to Floyd's. You see, and this is the problem. A guy has some talent. He gets certain wins under his belt. Even now, you can become undisputed and don't mean shit to a lot of people. So what? You're undisputed. They don't even care about this shit. Because too many casuals, okay? Too many casuals have entered the fray in that whole mindset of just money, money, money. It kills the product, man. It really kills the quality. So basically, you doing all of this, you know, trying to, you know, be the new version of Floyd, man. You're harming yourself, because what you're doing is you're burning bridges. And the fan base, you want home. Remember, you, Keyshawn Davis, two of you were talking about how I never seen a motherfucker get booed at home. When Devin Haney was getting booed, that don't mean shit. Because you have people, example, Anthony Joshua is not from here. When he came to Madison Square Garden, did you see how many Brits he brought with him? Okay, so it doesn't matter. And also you got to understand, boxing fans in America are a bit on the stupid side, because we don't even cheer for American fighters. You know what I mean? We're so undivided here. It's like, where's the common sense at? Where's the fucking common sense? Like, no. So at the end of the day, what ends up happening is what? You say all these things, yet when you get in the ring, everybody's falling asleep. Then you turn around, like I said, and you're bringing up sparring sessions and everything and talk. Okay, wait, but then wasn't you bitching when they showed the footage of you and Devin Haney sparring and you quit? You didn't want to, okay, and then you was, like, see, is what I'm saying. You didn't show footage of Berto, but you brought it up verbally. You saying all of this and talking shit, and it's like, okay, so what does that have to do? Okay, well, put it to you this way, Shakur. Since you did all of this damage to Andre Berto in sparring, bring that same energy when you under the lights in front of paying customers, because that's when they need to see all this shit you claim you do. You know, it's funny, man, because this is the era of everybody want to show what happens in sparring. Back in the day, it was like, nah, what happens in sparring stays in sparring. That's all changed now. Okay, and people are selective with when it's okay and when it's not. You know, when we repost the footage of Shields, you know, sparring this big mouth sparring partner, trolling sparring partner. Oh, is this supposed to be impressive? No, it wasn't supposed to be impressive. It was a lesson in respect. So next time she opens her big mouth to be disrespectful, guess what? She's been made an example of. Because people love to talk and say what happened and this happened, that, when there's no camera involved. Then when you see the footage, you like, nah, what you said didn't happen, right? Once again, like the Rolly Romero situation. Rolly talks all this shit. Rolly was trolling, running his mouth. Notice how quiet Rolly's been lately? He's doing all this talking. He ends up getting the footage shown. And remember, he clearly lied about what happened and how it happened. And then all of a sudden, we see the footage. He pretty much was damn near knocked out. Who was the guy that knocked him down? Wasn't even a popular guy. Some novice ass dude, right? Okay, so Shields is in a situation of, you know what? I don't like her energy. And she running her mouth, she trolling, she's on the internet talking shit and okay, right. So now there's no her word versus mine. We see it. Now what's funny about that is for anybody that's asked that question, is this supposed to be impressive? Was it supposed to be impressive when a grown man knocks out a woman? Was that supposed to be impressive? And there's no buts about it. But Shields thinks she can beat men. So what? So fucking what? You got men that think they can beat men that they can't beat. Okay? Big deal. Big deal. Like Blair Cobb, for example, calling out Terrence Crawford. Do y'all take Blair Cobb serious? Let me mention all the bigger names to get more attention to myself. Does anybody care that he beats Adrian Broner? Is anybody talking about the Adrian Broner fight? No. You just beat a guy that's washed up past his prime with a big mouth, and then pretty much, now what? Blair Cobb is not a draw. He's no, oh, you just got to see Blair Cobb fight. He might be a sacrificial lamb to somebody who, want to keep active, and they, okay, you know what? Let's get him in. But he's not a draw. You understand what I'm saying? So now we have this, people talk and they say a whole lot of goofy shit, and now everybody's in their feelings about what someone says. But when it comes to integrity, when it comes to like people having loyalty, y'all don't seem to have a problem with people being, two-faced. Which I'm going to make this point to go to my next one, okay? Because bottom line, Shakur needs an attitude adjustment, and I feel like he needs a loss. He needs for somebody to really beat him and take it to him for him to understand that about himself. Because it's like his ego is just out there. And when you get to the point where you disrespectful, like always understand the same shit you saying about Andre Berto. Your grandfather's much older than Andre Berto, and somebody can easily disrespect your grandfather and talk crazy about him, okay? And you know what happens when people get old? They die. All right? So you really should watch your mouth with how you address people trying to play this bad guy shit. People just don't learn. You see what just happened to Ryan, right? And it took more than just him trying to play the bad guy. But bottom line, that's what happens with your ego. You think you're better than everybody. You think your shit doesn't stink. You think that, like I said, you can critique everybody and run your mouth whenever somebody has a fight. But when somebody give you constructive criticism, you go in your bag of being ignorant, immature, just talking stupid shit. I don't know why Andre Berto even went back and forth so far with him, because in all honesty, you see the more these people talk, you see the childishness. You see the, it's like bullshit, bro. It's garbage, and this is what people consider entertainment. I mean, honestly, what was I watching? It was yesterday, and I saw a video where it was a guy that was a producer was saying that the rap of the game was a liar. That this dude is like the king of lies. He just say a whole bunch of shit that's not true, and he always try to put himself in the driver's seat like he's always the dominant person in any scenario. And someone in the comment section said, yo, we all know the game was a liar, but yo, he's entertaining as hell. You got to give him that. And that one comment had 400, when I looked, had 467 likes. So 467 people think that, yeah, true, man. True. I mean, just say, let's say if another 10,000 people was to see this interview, how many more people hit the like button on that same comment? 467 people don't give a shit if he's lying or not, as long as they're entertained by it. This is the era we live in. Okay? This is society, man. We don't care if they telling the truth or not. If I like what I hear, I don't care. I know this. I've been telling you guys this for the longest time now. People don't even care about the truth. They don't. Okay. So, when we start picking and choosing when something's okay and when it's not, once again, to say, is this supposed to be entertaining? Because she'll beat up on an internet troll. And also understand, they try to reduce her from not being a sparring partner. Like she's just somebody that don't fight, don't spar. No, this woman is a sparring partner for pro fighters in general. It's not like they make it sound like it's a person that don't know how to fight, was sitting on the couch talking shit, and then she'll challenge her to a fight or something. No, they don't even know the story. But then even when you give them the story, it's like this just crickets inside. You just like nothing's in here to understand, to absorb what the actual information is. When we start doing shit like that, it's like, you start to understand that the change makes everything. That mindset means everything that people are a part of is just meaningless unless it's some ignorant shit. Now, loyalty. Let's get something straight. Because I can still see people still don't even understand. No matter how long your videos are and no matter how many times you explain something, people still just don't get it. And then, And I have to ask a lot of you. Like I told you, my question to people is, are you this dumb every day, or is it just today? Are you just, really, are you this dumb all the time, or is it just today? Let me say this again so people can understand this. And a lot of times when I'm addressing things, it's other things, comments that's made on my channel, or things that from other people that watch my channel that's not actually subscribers, but they always have something to say. I don't give a damn that Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner are two black women, so therefore they shouldn't fight. No. Okay? I never ever said that at any point. Let me make myself clear. Okay? So everybody can understand where I'm coming from. The reason and the reasons, okay, that I don't like that fight. One, the way Alicia Baumgartner went about it was some backstabbing shit. I don't know them personally. I got the impression, just like everybody else, that they were real cool with each other. I see Shields at her fight, got the Alicia Baumgartner shirt on. She's showing the shirt off. She's big up in her. She's talking nothing but good about Alicia Baumgartner, okay? Baumgartner, out of nowhere, just, starts talking shit and talking about how she called Shields out. Shields don't want that smoke. And what? Like, whoa. I'm not friends with Shields. I don't know Shields. I don't know Baumgartner. It's about principle. Do you have to know a person to do your job right? How many times have you held a door open for a complete stranger? Do you know this person? Do I have to know you to be polite to you? No. So my whole thing with that was the way she went about it was bullshit. Then she's not willing to go up to fight Shields at her weight class. You're talking shit like Shields needs you. And then if Shields don't respond, or if Shields doesn't take you up on your offer to fight at 147, then all of a sudden she's ducking. No. You cannot duck someone and you're not in the same goddamn weight class as them. Okay, first of all. Not to mention multiple weight classes. So where did all of this come from? Then when Shields and her promoter speaks out, and her promoter made it known, say, I dare any of them to challenge what I'm saying. And he made it clear that he reached out. When they reached out to Baumgartner and her team, neither one of them, and he said he reached out to both of them, and neither one of them was interested in fighting Shields. Not her team and not Baumgartner. Baumgartner was capping the whole time, and I didn't respect that. And what really made it low down and dirty is simply because she actually stabbed someone in the back to use her for clout, to pretend to be friends with this person. And I don't respect shit like that. So if I'm looking at a person like, that's my people's right there. I might be sitting here thinking like, you know what, shit, I feel like bowling. Let me call and see what the homie doing. And all of a sudden, I go on YouTube or somebody tell me, yo, Aries, check this motherfucker out, man. And this person talking shit, talking about how he wanted smoke with me, and I ain't, what? And he's lying on top of that? Like, nah. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's some, like, by any means, that I don't respect people like that. This is how society is now, okay? And so you had all of these people in the comment section who hated Alicia Baumgartner. When she fought Michaela Mayer, she was getting nothing but criticism. Oh, she's overrated. She has no stamina. Oh, man, she really lost that fight. She only won 2 rounds, blah, 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 blah. She couldn't get a fucking break. Oh, she racist as fuck, man, because she said Michaela Mayer. What? Because wait. She's racist because when she said, called her horse face, Michaela Mayer starts yelling, don't be racist. So I even said, well, I didn't know that calling somebody horse face, is that supposed to be a racial term for white people? Do white people like horses or something? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we know people call black people monkeys and coons and all that shit. I've never in my life heard the term horse face being used towards somebody because they're white. I have heard the term horse face to people that got long faces and noses, no matter what color they are. So when she starts yelling that makes Alicia Baumgartner racist because she says she has a horse face. So you guys are repeating what Michaela Mayer said. And then the hatred for Alicia Baumgartner was like, and I even did videos. See, this is what I'm saying. I did videos. Everything I speak on, you can go in my catalog and you will see, damn, Aries did say that shit. Okay? They hated her. The only difference was they hate Claressa Shields more. And she's far more accomplished than Alicia Baumgartner. So my whole thing with that is, when I'm in the comment section and I hear fucking read comments, and then you go click on somebody's shit to see who this person is, right? And there's a bunch of non-blacks calling her a black bitch, blah, 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 this and this and that. Yeah, nigga and everything. Yeah. You guys remember I made a video where I was reading the racial slurs and all that shit, right? Okay then. So now, here you got black people making the same ass comments. The same ignorant, stupid comments. And y'all too dumb to understand this ain't got nothing to do with they don't like her because she talks shit. No. If she wasn't black and she was talking that same shit that she talked, they would be praising her. Just like they praised Ronda Rousey. Just like when Ronda Rousey was saying she could beat Floyd Mayweather. Is Floyd Mayweather a male or a female? But it was okay for a female to say she could beat a man then, right? Okay, so at the end of the day, this is my point. And there's always these token-ass, black, dumb, Sambo-ass fucking black folks that's running around here chanting and cheering everything that they hear. Yeah, yo, we need that fight, yo. Yeah, we need that. Yo, the hood need. I'm like, wow, do you hear this shit? So when you hear me saying, do you hear non-black people talking about, do you even hear black people or non-black people talking about, yo, Savannah Marshall got to fight Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano, somebody who's 2, 3, fucking 4 weight classes smaller than her? No. They're more than happy with Amanda Serrano doing what she's doing, Katie Taylor doing what she's doing in the smaller classes, and Savannah Marshall up in the bigger weight classes. Bottom line, y'all don't even understand that. The hatred for Shields grew even more when she beat Savannah Marshall. Look at the comments, but here's the thing. Her win was undeniable. You'd have to be a straight crackhead to even try to say that that fight was even close. But people tried to give Savannah Marshall all the credit in the world. I gave her credit because her credit was, listen, she went in there, she fought her best. She tried to stay competitive. She just was outclassed, just like I said. She's not on the same level. And y'all keep bringing up this bullshit fucking amateur fucking fight like it meant something. Peter Fury was the only one sensible to say, look, that fight means nothing. It was everybody else, every interviewer, every fucking time. Nobody could talk to Savannah Marshall or Shields and not bring up that fucking Olympic fight. And I'm like, wow. And they're saying, oh, well, and even look at the technology of the interview. Well, I know it really bothers you that she beat you in the amateurs and you want to get that. What you mean it bothers me? You the fucking ones keep bringing it up. I'm not bringing that shit up. You are. You see, and this is what they do. And like I said, they always stir the pot. Interview one fighter and then ask them a question about another fighter. And then go back and interview that same fighter that they brought up and say, did you hear what that person said about you? This is what they do. So, with all that being said, these people ain't give a fuck about no Alicia Baumgartner. It was just because of the simple fact that they hate Claressa Shields more than they hated her. Then all of a sudden, to try to shame Claressa Shields, because I remember people making comments, oh, she called Baumgartner called Michaela Mayer a horseface. Have she looked in the mirror lately? Oh, I've seen all the comments. Now, all of a sudden, Alicia Baumgartner is the sexiest thing since Hannah Gabriels. All of a sudden, everybody loves Alicia. Yet, when she fights, where's the same audience? Why they don't follow her to the goddamn arenas? Huh? So why can't she solve an arena? And isn't it funny that even though she failed her drug test, and then all of a sudden, well, we don't think she took anything intentionally, right? See how she got it passed though from people? But what I was saying, listen, hold up, pause. Got this damn squirrel that be trying to tear my porch up, man. I gotta run his ass away. There's like 10 of them. So, yeah, anyways, goddamn squirrel. But anyways, and that's what that came down to. It's like people don't have no loyalty. I will stab you in the back by any means necessary. What I didn't really respect about it more than anything, one, was the fact that she did it. the way she did it, okay? But then knowing she didn't really want to fight Shields, using her name for clout only, okay? Since that's happened, only thing she managed to do was be arrogant and make a comment about you can't argue with broke people. And I lost so much respect for when she said that. I'm like, nah, fuck her. Like, really, that was like icing on the cake. Because one, you already did enough. But when you're saying that, these same people you call them broke, well, maybe that's why they don't come to your fights. Maybe because they're broke. They can't afford tickets. Maybe that's why. Same thing. Tank Davis opening his mouth talking about niggas is broke over here, out over there. We get money over here. Niggas is broke and all this. Niggas definitely broke. And you taking pride in calling other black people broke. Anybody but calling other black people broke. Yet you always talking about the struggle. So you see my point. Like even when he was telling Frank Martin, talking about I don't respect you because you're from the suburbs. You ain't like so wait. You sitting there talking about niggas is broke. We definitely getting money over here and all of that, right? So 1 minute you sitting there talking about the struggle and where you come from, but yet you sitting here throwing, okay, the fact of someone not being from the hood, but the suburbs, and talking about how they don't have your struggles. Well, you don't have those same struggles no more. So that's nothing but you trying to get the people that's from, you know, that urban situation to try to like back you up. But why would they when you sitting up here talking about niggas is broken? Yeah. So the same way you saying that is like you're making fun of people coming up in that same struggle that you talk about Frank Martin not being from. See, that's some fake shit, but it takes the immature motherfuckers that run around here cheering and applauding all this shit don't think about the words that's being said. Like I said, I'm big on respect and loyalty, man. So when I see shit like that, I'm like, because I had several people I had to tell, listen, I don't need you to change for me. But until you do change, I can't fuck with you. You got to keep it pushing. Simple. I can't deal with you. Why would I? Therefore, when we're talking about a fight happening, okay, there's things like example, we talk about, I just talked about Crawford versus Gerard Ennis. And, you know, people don't understand common sense. They just don't get it, man. Look, how you feel about a person has nothing to do about the fight happening because you like a fighter or don't. You don't respect the fighter because, okay, he pretty much said David Avenesian wasn't shit, right? Or whatever, or basically didn't rank him and then he fought him. Okay, here's how this works. I'm trying to fight Errol Spence. I'm ranked number 1 by the IBF, but he won't fight me. I'm trying to fight Terrence Crawford. I'm ranked number 3 by the WBC, but he won't fight me. Okay. If Jerron Boots Ennis, fights anybody, like Errol Spence goes and beat Ugas, okay? Whoever gets beat by either one of them, for Jerron Boots Ennis to fight them, you know what y'all gonna say? Exactly what was already said. Oh, you gonna fight a motherfucker coming off of a loss. I don't know where this stupid mentality came from, but that's bullshit. Boxing is the only fucking combat sport that you hear that shit. You don't hear them say that shit in K1. You don't hear them say that shit in one championship fight, in the UFC, anywhere, that PFL, nowhere else. Not sumo wrestling, nothing. Karate, straight up nothing. Boxing is the only sport you hear motherfuckers say that shit. So basically, if the Dallas Cowboys about to play the Jets, they're gonna say, nah, we ain't playing them motherfuckers. They coming off of a loss. Boxing is the only fucking sport you hear that dumbass shit. I don't even know where that stupid shit even came from. I can understand that shit when a fighter is shot. A fighter took a very bad beating, and you know, like, more than likely this person is not gonna be the same again. Bottom line type of shit where they really took a bad beating. And so you don't predetermine it initially. You gotta wait because the person took the fight. The motherfucker might be okay. So what is it, some law now that certain fighters can't fight a guy coming off of a loss? What the fuck does that mean? Let me show you the hypocrisy though, see? This is exactly my point. How do you sit here and say, oh, he fighting a guy coming off of a loss, and not realize, okay, wait, David Avenesian coming off of a loss against Jerron Boots Ennis, so what? So fucking what? Terrence Crawford beat the fuck out of Errol Spence. Crawford fans are saying, dude ain't never going to be the same again. Yo, he should retire because he might get killed the next time. Isn't that what Crawford fans are saying? What is Terrence Crawford saying? He wants to fight Canelo and he want a rematch with Errol Spence, and that's it. Then it's done. That's what he said. I played the clip for you guys. That came out of his mouth. So if everybody is so concerned for Errol Spence because nobody think he's going to be the same, why does Terrence Crawford feel different from you? So if bottom line, if Errol Spence was the next fight, right? If Errol Spence was the next fight, he hasn't fought anybody since the Crawford fight, right? So I'm going to show you hypocrisy, and I'm going to show you how, see, you guys love to talk, but you don't think about what happens, what actually happens. I give you nothing but fucking facts. So my opinion comes off of the facts. He said that, and I played the clip for you. Now, check this out. Isn't Terrence Crawford the same fucking one that tweeted Errol Spence, yo, you got to wait in the back of the line, buddy? Or wait in the bit, nah, champ, you got to wait in the back of the line. And Errol Spence tweeted back, nah, champ, I don't do something, nah, buddy, I don't do lines or something to that effect. I know, and I did a video on it. Because then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when it was talked about Errol Spence going to 154, people was bitching saying, oh, that's fucked up. How he gonna go up there and get a fight? Hear this shit? How he gonna go get a championship fight at 154 before Terrence Crawford? And Crawford beat him. What the fuck does Errol Spence's career have to do with Terrence Crawford? They fought, okay. And I said, if Spence has another fight at 147, right? And it's not against Terrence Crawford, it doesn't make a difference if he was to say, I just want to see if my body can still hold it at 147. Why? You just took a bad beating by the best guy in the division. So even if you beat another 147-pounder, what does that have to do with you beating Crawford, right? You heard him say at the end of the fucking fight, he definitely want the rematch, but at 154. Stupid motherfuckers. Oh, you making excuses. How the fuck am I, you dumb fuck? How am I making excuses? I'm not the fucking one who said he should go to 154. He did. I'm saying it's obvious he felt like it was hard for him to make the weight. Well, Crawford had to cut too. Once again, dumb assholes. What the fuck does that have to do with Spence? What does that have to do with Spence? Now, isn't it ironic? Crawford says no rematch at 154. It's going to be at 147 after saying, oh, no, we definitely could make it at 154. It's no problem. Is that what actually happened, though? No. So he's going to 154 to fight somebody, but it's not Errol Spence. Now, should he wait for Errol Spence? No. Should Spence wait for Crawford? No. Who has something to prove between the two? Who has more to prove between the two against each other? Spence. Crawford beat him once already. So Crawford thing is, I'm going to prove I can do it again. Spence got to prove he can beat him at all, period. Okay, because he lost the first and only fight that they've had with each other. So what I'm saying, y'all quick to play, this little tit for tat shit. I'm nobody's fan. I like Spence as a fighter. I like Crawford as a fighter. But I'm nobody's fan. You guys play the fucking flip-flop. He can do it, but he can't. If he does it, but what about him? Like, grow the fuck up, man. What the fuck happened to y'all? What happened to y'all, man? You guys come in the comment section crying over these fucking grown-ass men. This man sat here and told you, I'm at a point in my career, I could do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care how these fans feel. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they think. Fuck them. Did he not say that? Yeah. Yeah. Similar type of shit that came out of fucking racist Ryan's mouth. Same shit came out of fucking, similar shit came out of fucking Canelo's mouth. Same similar shit that came out of Tyson Fury's mouth. So when you gonna sit up here and say, oh, well, he said this and he said that, so I don't respect him. Okay, you don't have to respect him. Do you think what me and you feel about them personally means anything to them? No. But the reality, the facts, the principles, that's what I'm getting at. There's no reason that fight. So wait. So it's hard. It's like for no reason should Terrence Crawford have said, "Fuck this. Now I beat Spence. The only one that's really left in this division is Boots Ennis. Ortiz then went up to 154. So there's nobody else here other than him. I beat him, clean out the division. Then everybody else is just, they can fend for themselves to get these titles." No, he didn't fight Boots. And if you're too stupid to understand, when a man tells you, if y'all want me to fight this guy, y'all gonna pay me $25 million. Why the fuck is the stakes so high for a Boots fight to happen? Why? Because Boots is no, because wait, just think. His business proposal is because Boots ain't shit. So I want y'all to pay me $25 million to fight a nobody. Do you really believe that yourself? Does that make any sense to you? Okay, no different from Canelo saying Benavidez done nothing. He's like only one champion. Oh, but if you want me to fight him, give me $200 million. Then you go out and fight somebody else that's not as good as Benavidez. What the fuck is any different? With the exception of him lying about not wanting to fight Mexicans because he's Mexican, then he goes fight, but then he goes and fight a Mexican. Okay? Just not the one that everybody want to see him fight. Not the best one out there at his own weight class. So how is that any different? You understand what I'm saying? I've stated already several times, and I'm not saying it to play to be neutral. I'm saying I don't think Boots is scared of Crawford. I don't think Crawford is scared of Boots. I done told you guys already. They are in two different places. How many times have I said that shit? Now you hear Crawford say the same exact fucking thing. You guys are still saying shit that Crawford is not even saying. But Crawford, okay, why tweet anything about Boots when you know you don't want to fight him? And not to mention, if you wanted to fight Spence so bad, why did you fucking tell him he got to go to the back of the line? Well, that's because Spence was taking too long. You had to get an eye surgery. Yeah, multiple eye surgeries. And he was thrown out of a fucking car. And all y'all said there's no way he's going to be 100%. Yet somehow, Avanesian coming off of a loss and then fighting Boots is a crime. But yet, this motherfucker didn't deserve a shot with Crawford in the first place. And then Crawford claimed he went and got $10 million, and then, yeah, remember I'm going across the street, then I'm coming back, all that shit. Yeah, okay, so hold up. Once again, do we know the type of condition that Errol Spence is in? Do we know what type of physical, like, his monster? No. But the last thing we do remember is the last person that fought him beat the fuck out of him, which means he still be coming back off of a loss. Which is why a lot of times you hear commentators and different fighters say when a guy gets beat really bad, I think he should rematch him at some point, but I don't think it should be right now. I think he should come back, fight lesser. Haven't you heard people say that shit? Okay, so all of these excuses about somebody coming off of a loss, now your personal opinion and how you see a person, that's between you and that person, whatever, But when you're speaking about a fighter as if a fight shouldn't happen because this fighter said this or that or whatever. So what? Now they're supposed to be friends in order to fight each other? They're supposed to, no, everybody don't get along, man. There's people, example, Franchine and Shields are friends. They're real close. But like she said, if we got to fight, come fight time, we ain't friends in that ring. After the fight, we fight. So, it's not that you're not friends with the person. The bottom line is we're not going to play nice. We're going to go in there, we're going to go to war. Bottom line. But we don't have to backstab each other and try to take cheap shots in order to make a fight happen. And when you feel the need to do all that, it's because you don't really feel confident in what you're doing, or you're lying like Baumgartner was doing. Now, I like Baumgartner as a fighter, but what she did is not honorable. And that comment about, I don't even like when rappers rap about, yo, I got this and that, my wrist frostbit and all that and all. Okay, you got money, you rich, we know. But what the fuck else do you have to talk about? Nothing. No substance. If our music is killing our kids, if it's fucking up our communities, and it's doing nothing but putting poison in, so we're going to plant certain rappers to, let's get the most ignorant, non-fucking, when you American born, but you need subtitles for somebody to understand your English. Yeah, and they take that motherfucker, throw some diamonds on his face and his fucking mouth, tattoo his face all up, make him wear his pants down to his fucking knees, and put him on the cover of an album and say, that's what you aspire to be when you grow up, kids. A weed smoking, drunk, drug addict, no manner, temperamental, always in jail, always in the tabloids for the wrong reason type of person. And this is what Black American is. You understand? So bottom line is no substance, no family values, nothing that you can say respectable. You understand? Nothing. They used to have award shows. They used to have programs where they was trying to uplift the kids and teach them and have things where kids had after school programs. Kids had something to aim for. So even if you wanted to be a rapper, you wanted to be a singer, actor, whatever, don't drop out of school to do it. Don't take school lightly. Focus on your studies. But here's another activity you can get into. All of this type of stuff. Where's that shit now? You understand? But no, somebody not from your community, you don't have to be black to understand. You shouldn't have to be, put like this, you should not have to be the same ethnicity of somebody to have common sense and understand right from wrong. But it's apparent that people don't care about right from wrong. They just don't. But when something happens to their people, whoever they may be, then all of a sudden it's a travesty. Nobody cares about us. It's oh, okay, I got you. So no, just respect for mankind, for human nature. It's not there. All right, so all of this picking side shit, listen, I like Boots as a fighter. I like Ennis as a fighter. I look at both of their situations. I don't personally give a fuck who wins. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care who wins. All I do is tune in. That was a good fight. Then we on to the next one. It's like I heard an actor say the other day. He said, man, when I play a role, to be honest with you, it's like the fans and or the writers probably remember more than I do about the character. It's like, I'm okay, cool, boom, and I'm all right next. And I'm not like stuck into that character. I'm not holding on to that character. It's just basically next, because we're trying to make money. This is what we do for a living. That makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't remember what you did to try to, you get to a point that you might be playing a similar role. You kind of just, whatever. But bottom line, it's business. That's the way things go. It's business. Boxing, okay, the problem is, you see the mindset. Eddie Hearn is a smart guy. All these promoters, these guys are smart in their business, but you always hear them talk about, he's great for business, he's great for boxing, he's controversial. No, you guys think anytime somebody, why is it the only people that is good for boxing are complete morons? The shit talkers, the one that comes in there and act like complete assholes, the ones that get in trouble outside of boxing, the ones who, why are they always good for the sport? Why are they always good for boxing? Why is a negative image? Why? And I always said, I hate when these fucking stupid ass motherfuckers come in here and try to paint the picture that in order for you to be a good fighter, and you black, you have to come from the ghetto. You don't hear them say that shit about no other cream of people. So I don't like at all when fighters try to portray that role, always talk about my struggles and where I'm from and what. Motherfucker, that don't mean that you're going to be a good fighter just because you come from a rough neighborhood in a rough situation. And now all of a sudden, if you black, you're not going to be a good fighter unless you come from the streets. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. This is what I'm saying. My thoughts are far deeper than the bullshit entertainment value of boxing. It's real life. Do you understand? Real life. That's what I deal with. When you guys are fans, you don't see the things that I see. You don't. You can't. Because you're blinded by your so-called pledge of allegiance to these fighters. You're a man. Stand up like a man. Stop bowing. Stop doing all this bull. Stop bowing to these fucking people. Y'all sit there and doing all this whole Crawford. Oh, I don't care on a personal level if the fight never happens. Looking at how things go and how things are going, okay? When I said Errol Spence, Crawford might very well find himself in a position where I feel like Spence is going to be the only real big fight he got out there. Why? Canelo has no interest in fighting him. What does Canelo have to gain out of fighting Crawford? He doesn't need Crawford. The one calling out the other is the one who's in need. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't need Crawford. Just like Crawford doesn't need Jaron Boots Ennis. He doesn't need Avanesian. He doesn't need this guy he's about to fight now. He's going into a division to fight a guy. His first opponent is going to be a guy with only 10 fights. If Jaron Boots Ennis had only 10 fights, y'all bring that up. What kills me about people is, how the fuck are y'all sitting up here talking about Jaron Boots Ennis ain't beat nobody? Who the fuck did this guy beat? As if y'all knew who the fuck he was before his name was announced as the opponent. Most of us can't even pronounce his fucking name still. And y'all talking like y'all been watching this dude all this. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all ain't know no damn Madrimov or what. Y'all don't even know this dude. Knew nothing about him, yet Boots didn't beat nobody. Now, so if Boots unifies, then goes up to 154 and then knock this dude out, what y'all gonna say? He's fighting the leftover. Well, didn't Pacquiao make a fucking career of that shit? Let me fight all the Floyd fucking leftovers? And the camouflage was what? But he beat him worse than Floyd did, right? But Floyd beat him. So that's all that mattered in that scenario, right? Every fucking time. And also, let me also bring this up, okay? Because if you're going to sit here talking about somebody coming off of a loss and all this kind of shit, listen to this. When Kell Brook fought Golovkin, he goes up 160. He's daring to be great. You got to respect that. He got a broken eye socket. If he didn't get the broken eye socket, we don't know what would have happened. We don't need to fucking imagine what would have happened because we got an outcome. He got stopped. 6 rounds, right? Okay. Check this out. When he went to go fight against Kell Brook, when he went to go and fight against Errol Spence, all the fucking Errol Spence hate was, oh man, he fighting the motherfucker that's damaged goods. He ain't no more good. Kell Brook is done. Come on, man. Golovkin broke his eye socket. Okay? He broke one side. Spence broke the other side. These are pure facts, I'm telling you. These are the shit that was coming out of your mouths. All of a sudden, he's damaged goods, Kell Brook, right? Well, who fights him after Errol Spence? All of a sudden now, that's going to be a good fight. Wait. All of y'all. And see, when I say you Crawford fans, I mean just what I'm saying. But this ain't a shot at Crawford. This is reminding you guys of your own bullshit. You guys are the ones said Kell Brook was damaged goods when he fought Errol Spence. So how the fuck was he not damaged goods when he fought Terrence Crawford? All of a sudden, oh, yeah, but no, man. What? Somehow he found the fountain of youth. Somehow he's injury-free. Dude got dropped with a jab. He was getting hurt. He got hurt from I mean, come on. But all of a sudden, Shawn Porter did the same thing when Floyd had his last fight against Andre Berto. And he goes, I think he picked Andre Berto because he wanted a quick knockout, this and this and this and this. So basically, he talked like Andre Berto wasn't, really a good fighter. Who did fucking Shawn Porter fight after Floyd fought him? Who was Andre Berto in the ring with? Shawn Porter. Yeah. So why would you fight a guy that you already admitted is past his prime? Or he's no longer this, even though he's considerably younger than Floyd. But bottom line is, right? It's okay for Shawn, but not for Floyd. This is what I'm saying, man. Y'all love to, when Floyd fought Shane Mosley, Shane was old. Who fought him after Floyd? Pacquiao. Who fought him after Pacquiao? Canelo. Somehow, Shane wasn't old when he fought Pacquiao, when he fought Canelo. Somehow he was just a great fighter. But when he fought Floyd, he was old. And listen, once again, I don't personally care about none of it. I give you guys the boxing news, but I give it to you real and raw. And I do not fucking dance on eggshells for no one. And I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. And instead of motherfuckers, which I don't care, but instead of you motherfuckers getting offended over your own stupid ass bullshit, why don't you watch what comes out of your fucking mouths before you say it, or watch what you type before you type it? Because you say these things and then you forget The same person you saying did this and this and this, the guy you cheering for right now did the same shit. So what the fuck are you saying? There was a time nobody wanted to fight Spence. There was a time none of these guys wanted to fight Crawford. Now, Jerron Boots Ennis is in that situation. You know who want to fight these guys? The guys that's trying to get a name, but ain't really did shit. And they've been surpassed by those guys. So now they're trying to get to the next stage. Once again, pay attention. Jerron Boots Ennis, if he gets to that point where he has that type of stature that Crawford has right now, and what Spence has and whatever, he's going to do the same exact shit that they're doing. There's going to be people that want to fight him, that's trying to get their name in there, and he's not going to fight them because he's trying to go forward in his career. What don't you guys understand? Like, are some of y'all just stuck on stupid, or you just like what is it that you can't understand about that? This is how the fucking fight game goes. They're not going to be 37, 38, wanting to have to fight 26, 25-year-olds that's already in their prime or very close to it at their peak in terms of skills for skill and shit. Like, they don't want to have to do that. So let me find some of these guys in my age group that's big names and everybody's not going to have that same fortune. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, example, you know why I don't respect Tyson Fury? Because he's a fucking bald-headed liar. He's a liar. And he sat there. Listen to what he said. Every time Tyson Fury says he's not going to do something, he do it. He says he's going to do something and he doesn't do it. Tyson Fury sat here. He told the world, I don't care what he says about Anthony Joshua. If they fight, I want AJ to smash his face in. But I don't care what he says about AJ. It's funny, though. He talks all this shit about AJ, but then make it emphatically clear he's not going to fight AJ. The excuse, okay? His camouflage lie is AJ's not elite. He goes in and embarrasses himself against Ngannou. People try to find every excuse they can make up for Tyson Fury. Okay, so wait. AJ goes in there and smashes him. Oh, but he only got 2 fights. How many fights did he have when he fought Fury? Huh? And you want to know what was crazy? Guess who the underdog was going into the AJ Ngannou fight? Yeah, AJ. Heavy underdog. AJ was the underdog against Wallin. Huh? Even Wilder was like, nah, if AJ lose, ain't no need to fight because, you know, they all was thinking Wallin was going to win. And what did all y'all base it on? Their performances against Fury. Wallin and Ngannou. And I keep saying to you guys, I think AJ beats the fuck out of Tyson Fury. I want to see the fight happen just for that reason. Bottom line, I'm just sick of Fury. I'm sick of Canelo. It's certain people I'm sick of. You understand what I'm saying? Sick of Wilder with his bullshit. They all come with this goofy shit. The lies that they make. Bottom line. And I sit here and I watch. And all of a sudden, I'm watching Fury sitting across from Usyk. I'm not fighting Anthony Joshua. There's no fight. This man's beaten him 2 times. I've knocked out Wilder, beaten Wilder. Okay, what do you beating Wilder have to do with you beating AJ? What does Usyk beating AJ have to do with you beating AJ? He made every excuse that he already before, so no, but don't even ask him about AJ. Not happening. But he goes in and he gets beat by Usyk. And once again, every excuse, oh, he's getting old. This man is 2 full fucking years younger than Usyk. Same shit y'all put with Pacquiao and Floyd. Oh, Floyd waited for him to get... No. Stop with that. He waited for him to get old shit. The offer was made even before Floyd went to jail, and Pacquiao even admitted the shit. Pacquiao's the one that didn't want to get tested. He's the one that was avoiding, or it's against my religion, but he was the one that didn't want to get tested. Oh, if Floyd really wanted to fight, he would just go and not get tested. Oh, really? So we can have people do shit like what Ryan Garcia just did? So y'all don't even see my point. People don't even care about fairness, about what's right and wrong. Which is why I blasted Floyd too. Why? Because you talk all this clean boxing shit and all right. Okay, cool. And you train this motherfucking cheating ass Ryan Garcia, but then when they ask you about Ryan Garcia, you don't have no comment. But you want to comment about stupid shit that have nothing to do with you when somebody asks you, or your ego gets involved when somebody want to talk about money and all this kind of goofy shit. Then the motherfucker, and the thing about it, Ryan even stabbed Floyd in the back talking about, Oh, well, what happened between Floyd and Tank? Their relationship went down once Tank fucked his daughter. And what the fuck are you? Yeah, you sitting here want nothing to say about Ryan. And he talking about your black ass too, Floyd. So no, I don't play no neutral shit. So when you hear me speaking in favor of a person, it's about the principles. It's about the material that's there. It's not about so much I like this person or don't like this person. Look, I don't have no hatred or bitterness towards them personally. I don't know them. But for the people that I do, fuck them, like Ryan and like T.O., fuck them. Fuck Tyson Fury. Okay? The reason, well, we already know what the time it is with T.O. and racist Ryan, okay? But with Fury, it's the fucking lies. It's the contradiction, and it's just, this dude is just, he's just toxic for boxing, man. Okay? And while the same shit, the motherfuckers are two of a kind. They are two of a fucking kind. But at the end of the fucking day, when you're a fan of somebody's, you completely overlook what they do wrong. And we're not talking about mistakes, we're talking about deliberately. A mistake is something you didn't mean to do. Just like when somebody say, I made the mistake of cheating. No, you didn't. You made the mistake of getting caught. You did what you did on purpose. You didn't accidentally fuck this woman. You didn't mistakenly show up in a hotel and plan all. No, that was deliberately. The mistake was getting caught. We don't even know the difference anymore. So bottom line is this, y'all. If you don't understand common sense, if you don't understand reality, how could anybody have a fucking conversation with you? Because all you guys are doing is talking about who you like and what you didn't like. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. If you've seen my latest videos, I had to school people because people be running their mouth about shit they don't know, right? I asked a question, and I had a room of 30 people going, damn, I never thought about it that way. The old school, okay? I'm talking 80 years old, 85, the old 70s up. Those people were trying to respond, and I said, you still haven't answered my question, though. And the analogies and comparisons I gave them made them completely swallow their words. Let me give you an example of some shit. Exactly what was said. The person was talking about sacrificing, okay? And they said when you sacrifice out of love. This man talked about how he sacrificed his whole life to work for the betterment of his family. His family didn't understand it. The mom wasn't no help because she divorced him. Took the kids with her and said, your father left us. Everything with him is work, right? And that came up because people was talking about, we were, talking about the new Beverly Hills Cop movie. And I was explaining to these people, like, man, you guys expect, Eddie Murphy to be what he was at 22, at 63. Like I said, it's not like he's some fitness guru or something, man. Like, well, that's true. But no, I like the movie, but blah, blah, blah. And then they would talk about, like I said, man, look, he didn't have a daughter in the first movie. Second, third, we didn't know nothing about a daughter. We didn't, like, all of these things, like, now leads up to a whole different point in his life. So do you expect him to have the same exact mentality, talk, walk, act the same exact way that he did then? Like it's, no. Like, you're asking for too much. And I said, which one of you can do the same things you used to do back when you were 20? Well, that's true. Okay. But why is it when you're speaking about something, it's so easy for you to criticize and critique, but you don't put yourself in that person's shoes? And for the record, that's one of the things I do all the time. Like, yeah. Because it's not about you should do it, but I do something. No, it's not that. Because then you're being a hypocrite. So what was said was this. Then it starts talking about sacrifices. This is where the little lesson came from, those conversations about a movie and about the sacrificing. Because that's what Eddie told his daughter in the movie. I had to sacrifice to move y'all up out of, Now, understand. In his sermon, I said, listen, you got to explain the difference of sacrifice, what it was back then versus now. Sacrificing, okay, the type of sacrificing we're talking about biblically, it's not you give me a cattle today and I give you that cattle back tomorrow. burnt offerings, okay, even the life of kids and stuff like that, families. That sacrifice means I'm giving this. This is yours. The flesh is going to die and rot if it's a body, and it'll be just bones. But the soul, the spirit, this is yours for you to take and do what you want, right? A deity doesn't need to eat or drink. So why does a deity need to smell burning flesh, right, of an animal? And it was always talking about sacrificing animals, right? Now, mind you, all of these sacrifices meant something was given and it wasn't given back. What do they call people who give you something and take it back? They call them Indian givers, right? I always heard that term since I was a kid, and I always thought it was a stupid term. And when I understood what it meant, I'm like, okay, whatever. But I understand what it means, which I'm not getting into and all that, whatever. I don't even like the term. But something that was sacrificed wasn't given back to you. So my question to the pastor was more rhetorical, because it's common sense when you break things down and you understand what you read and you understand the language of it and all. And I said, Jesus was meant to be said to be a sacrifice, right? Yeah, because for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Where was the sacrifice really, though? Because Jesus didn't stay dead. He arose on the third day. And even alive, people were sent out to kill him. So his teachings changed what about the world? So to say God gave his only son because he loved us so much, he sacrificed him. Everybody in the Bible that spoke about God was a martyr. Every one of them was a martyr. They spoke about God. They preached about him. They spoke and they were all murdered. They were all slaughtered, slayed. None of them died, even just old, and just everything was okay. None of these people could live in peace. So my whole thing was, what was the sacrifice? He died for 3 days. He was tormented in hell for 3 days. Yet when we die, if we go to hell when we die, according to the book, we have eternal hell. So he died for 3 days, and then, okay, my son, it's time to bring you back to life and bring you home. Your job on earth is done. Obviously, right? So what was the sacrifice? You're reunited with your son up in heaven. Where was the sacrifice? What was the sacrifice? Okay? So if I tell you, all right, here's the deal. I have 2 goats, a male and a female goat. And I use them for milk, of course. Okay, you have chickens. You have a male and a female. I'll trade you 2 goats for 10 of your chickens. And you got 40 chickens. All right, cool. That's an even trade. Well, now how are we going to get milk? Well, we got to sacrifice something. We don't have milk, but we do have water. But now we'll have chickens. So now we got the eggs and we can, right? Then all of a sudden, I go back and steal the goats. I steal the goats back. Is it a sacrifice now? No, because now I got my milk again and I got your chickens. But you don't have milk because I took it back. So there's no sacrifice there. I didn't sacrifice nothing. Now that's called an even trade. You understand? I'm just making an example of, if I take it back, there's no sacrifice. But sacrifices was you have to give something that you don't get back. That's what a sacrifice was. It wasn't no temporary, no. Oh, let me chop your left arm off. We'll sew the motherfucker back on in 3 days and it'll be working just like normal. You'll never know what's missing. No. So where was the sacrifice? The fact that Jesus rose on the 3rd day and then joined his Father in heaven. Just like, for example, there was no apostles. Not one apostle in the Bible appointed themselves. Every apostle was appointed. So bottom line is, if you read Paul's story, there's a lot of mixed emotions about Paul's story, because Paul was a shyster. Okay, he was a guy full of guile. He referenced himself as a guy full of guile, meaning a trickster, someone that can't be trusted, someone that will use slick words to lie to you, to trick you, to fool you. Okay, So bottom line, he even admitted in the scriptures that he was telling lies about Jesus. He never even met Jesus, right? So my point is, all of these apostles were appointed, right? But you got ministers right now calling themselves apostles. So when we talking about the 12 in heaven, well, wait a minute. How do you just ordain yourself an apostle? So the bottom line is, all of those apostles, they were not ordained by another man. If God's calling to you is no, I'm appointing you. How can you appoint yourself? So when somebody said, well, God spoke to me, and anybody can say that shit, man. God spoke to me. The Holy Spirit told me. Anybody can say that. How do we know that shit? I can say it right. Oh, the Holy Spirit just made me do that. Can I prove that to you? Okay. You believe it just because I just made a stupid noise and wiggled my body around? No. You see, the point is, I said all that to let you guys understand something. When you pay attention to what's going on, you analyze, you break things down, you strip it down and make sure you understand, and you have this clear understanding of what's happening, what's there, what's this, what this does, what doesn't happen, right? When someone is talking and they're just repeating what someone says, it might sound good to them. Then they jump in front of a camera and start talking to an audience of people, all right? Nobody cares really about right and wrong anymore. Fighters sit here and say, people are not there for the fight, they're there for the entertainment. So what's the purpose? Wait, if that's the case, then why should a fucking fighter put his or her body through a grueling training camp if it's all just about entertainment? Why don't we all just do stupid shit that has nothing to really do with boxing? Because that's what they're there for, the entertainment. They're not there for the fight. So what's the fighter's purpose? So you expect a fighter to hold their own and give their 110%, yet nobody's there for them. They're there for everything else. Make that make sense? So if you're accepting of bullshit, that's what you're going to repeat. Pay attention to what you listen to. Analyze what you listen to. And when you start talking, and don't get it twisted, I've had several ministers. See, let me explain something to you. When you're a believer of something, you'll always try to make it right. One fact I can tell you, not one of you can prove shit. You can only tell me what you believe, what you think. You can't prove shit. Do you understand that? That's why your book says walk by faith and not by sight. Your book tells you that. Okay? Your book tells you that. It tells you to believe, but what is it telling you? Walk by faith and not by sight. Because these miracles and things that we speak of in this book, you're not going to see happening. So when you, honestly, it's almost like seeing someone that can run and go, oh shit, that person is running. They have legs. They're not crippled. Yeah, they can run. I can do it. That person can do it. A whole lot of people can do it. That's human nature. Everything we hear, everything we read, everything we see, it's something super extra. It's just something extraordinary. Nobody can do that. No. We don't see people walk on water. We don't see people dead. Somebody walking in and touch their forehead, and all of a sudden they get up and they're good. We don't see that happening. And if they can, then go touch my mom and wake her up. Go touch my dad and get him up and make them better again. We don't see those things happen. Okay? I don't care what you believe personally. You can think it's real. You can feel like it's real because you was raised that way, you was taught that way, but it's nothing but a belief system. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when we speak about things, understand there's a difference between fact and fiction, fact and opinion, and pretty much when you think that you know something because you're told this was what it was. Somebody asked a question one day, right? And I said the same thing in response that I heard somebody just say recently. Somebody told me one day, we were in a barbershop, and this guy was talking about Jack Johnson. And he's asked the most hypocritical question, and I chewed his old ass up, right? Because he's one of them guys that you can't tell him shit. Yo, man, yo, young boy, yo. He told me, we were talking about boxing. When this happened, I was probably like around 30. 29 or 30. I just turned 30. It's just turned 30. I'm in the barbershop. It was in the summertime. And when I was a kid, we used to watch boxing on the film projector and all that shit, man. We like everything, fights that they didn't have on VCR yet and all that type of stuff. We used to go back there in the back, had that big screen, put it right in the back of the garage. Be sitting there watching boxing, all types of stuff, taking the basement, whatever. I knew about more fighters than this guy did. And this guy was way older than me, right? But he was one of them disrespectful old guys that always, like, if you don't agree with him, he want to argue and then try to tell you, you too young to remember, you wasn't even there. And I said, well, neither was you. Was you? Tell me one Jack Johnson fight you was at. Well, I was. Okay. Then you have no point. And I said, let me ask you something. So wait. So because I wasn't there, that means I don't know? Yet, I study more than you do. You just grew up and you're older than me. That's it. You don't study and break down nothing. This is shit I've been doing forever, man. I said, so do you know that's your mother and father? How you know that that's your mother and father? How do you know that? You taking their word? Was you there when they was in there bumping and grinding and made you? Was you there? He looking stupid. I see people listening to the shit because they understand where I'm going with that. How many people grow up, then they get a certain age, they looking at their mother, looking at their father, and they realize they don't look like either one of them. Then they come find out that they adopted. So how do you know that that's your mother and father? Okay, well, you can take a DNA test, right? You can find out. Just like social studies, just like teaching, history, science. You wasn't there when these things happened, but you teach it. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't just talk about something because you're repeating what someone said. I respect people that strip things down to its core and we have a clear understanding of what something says, what it means. And it scares people because when the truth is different from the stories, the lies you've been told, it's hard for people to let go of that shit. So it's the same thing with fanboyism. You guys are so locked into being fans of these fighters that you don't use your common sense about what you're listening to and what you see. If you understand any form of business, there's no emotional attachment. It's one project to the next. It's just like building houses. It's people who make cars. That car next, that house is done. All right, what's our next project? There's no, you can, hey, damn, it's a nice house we built. Yeah, but there's no emotional attachment. It's about business. So if I have to be biased for AJ, for Shields, for anybody, if I have to be biased towards them, I can't speak about what's actually happening, then what the hell am I speaking about? We can have a difference of opinion on, like, example, for me, I feel like for somebody to say that, for somebody to respond to a woman because she says she can beat men. Hell, you got more than half of the WNBA think they can beat the NBA players. Do y'all hate them? Okay, so you basically take all of these people and you listen to them talk. And I'm like, so, like Keith Thurman, for example, he had so much to say in response to Clarissa Shields for saying she could beat Keith Thurman. Jerron Boots Ennis also said he could beat Keith Thurman. Why Keith Thurman respond to Clarissa Shields, but not Jerron Boots Ennis? He said Boots Ennis isn't on his level, basically. I understand what a young man is at. I was there. Oh, exactly. I know this. They see the threat. But you responded to a female. So I asked you the question. Was that supposed to be impressive? Because he responded to a woman and not a dude? Same dude that knocked out Clarissa Shields. Now let's see a sparring video of you knocking out a guy. But that was impressive, right? God knocked out a woman. Wow. Okay. What if Clarissa Shields would have been sparring Keith Thurman, and his fragile body, he throws a punch and he tears his bicep like he, right? That's what he would have said. She only won because of it was a what I've been saying. Stop focusing on what these females are saying, man. Y'all the type of guys that want to sit up and argue with a female tit for tat. Say it. Be real, man. We need stand-up men up this motherfucker. We need dudes to stop walking around here being so damn prissy. All of this fucking fighting, arguing for these fighters. Fucking man sits here. Listen to this shit. You are the paying customer. You are the paying customer. You are the reason that these guys got millions of dollars. You. It's your money at these gates. It's your money at these pay-per-views and streams and all. Your money. And a fighter tells you, I'm at a point in my career where I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care what these fans say. I don't care what they think or how they feel. Fuck them. Even though it's their money that's making me rich. And y'all don't have a problem with that shit, though. Y'all need to look in the mirror and take a deep look at yourselves and think about what's swirling around in your head. Because these fucking fighters, y'all think they care about y'all? You hear the type of shit Shakur Stevenson saying? Do you think that these fighters really care about y'all? They'll say some lame shit. I want to thank all my fans for coming out. I want to thank God. I'll put God first. Right. And they all, shit, Shakur's another one. They going to put God first, but calling people bitch-ass niggas, still the nigga. But you ain't got nothing to say to Ryan Garcia. Everybody want to be black, but they don't want black people problems. And as soon as somebody started assaulting us and coming at us, now all of a sudden, oh, I'm Puerto Rican now. Oh, well, I'm not fully black. Or, yeah, I know. Now all of a sudden, you got nothing to say. See, this is what I mean about these people, though, man. They always, when something has nothing to do with them, and it's some petty shit, they always got something to say. I'm not a fan of anybody's, and I don't personally care about any of it. Any fighter that I want to see win, if they lose, it don't bother me. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me. So, if I got a niece, my sister, a cousin, gonna fight Clarissa Shields, you think I'm cheering for Shields over my family? Just like if Shields was to meet me and go, yo, he's my favorite content creator. I love this guy. You think if I had to fight her brother, she gonna be cheering for me over her brother? Like, I don't know what goes through y'all heads, but y'all really think these people care about y'all when they don't. And basically, the more genuine you can be, let me say this, the more genuine you are, the more, when you're a genuine person, when you're a down-to-earth person, when you're honest, when you're just about the right things, it doesn't mean you don't make mistakes, but you don't deliberately do things. You don't mistakenly call somebody a nigger. You don't mistakenly call somebody a cracker, a chink, a spick, a guinea. You understand what I'm saying? A coolie. You don't mistakenly do that. You did it on purpose. You might not have, you might wish you didn't say it afterwards because now you exposed yourself, but you did it on purpose. I don't care. I don't care what happened. Right? You said what you said. And I'm just making it known to you guys, man, because it's like I said, man, I like Crawford as a fighter. I don't know this dude personally, but I don't like the attitude of all that fuck him. I'll do it. I don't respect when no fighters say that shit. I don't care who you are. I don't respect no fighter that say I'm saying that. Y'all don't have no problem with that. Fuck you, man. Just give me your money. Don't worry about who I'm fighting. Just watch the goddamn fight. Basically, what they're telling you. So yeah, I don't care about these people on a personal level like that. We stand together like example. Good people, okay, are who they are. But you have a lot of people that can refer to somebody as a good person. How do you know that? How do you know that? I just watched the video the other day and they had like 50 people all saying Jennifer Lopez is a scumbag. She's rotten. She's evil to people. She's this, she's that. Nobody had nothing good to say about her. I don't personally care about the story. I don't know Jennifer Lopez. I have no interest in nothing that she does. I've seen movies with her in it, but I didn't watch the movie because she was in it. She just was in certain movies. But it's a different mentality of someone that tunes in just to hear gossip about somebody's life versus someone who's tuned in to a particular genre of something for the betterment of making things better. How do you make things better about Hollywood celebrity life? So if your channel is based on covering what's going on in the world of you're not talking about starving children. You're not talking about Flint, Michigan having polluted water. You're not talking about better ways to provide more health care for people. Stuff nobody cared. That's boring. That's the boring stuff. So I got to find channels to watch stuff like that to get educated on those type of things. That it's not a social thing so much. Put it like that. But for people to do all this gossip, now let's say everything they're saying is true, and these people that work with her, people that's been around her, all these people that's saying these things about her has been around her to some capacity of work, and they all are saying the same things. People that supposedly don't even know each other. Let's say if you're a Jennifer Lopez fan for whatever reason, and people talk and you hear these things about her, I don't look at this shit like it bothers me on a personal level, but I look at it and I'm like, why would you support someone that treats you like that, right? So my thing, like if you got her shoes or perfume or whatever the type of shit, I've seen shoes, I've seen like a little perfume in the store and stuff. You say, oh, I just like the shoes, or I just like the perfume. I don't care about her. Okay, so wait. Here's a question. What is it that somebody can say or do to make you look at them differently? Now, what I'm saying is, the people that's even saying this about it, I don't know who they are. But now you hear a lot of people. I remember Tommy Davidson saying something like very similar. Pretty much, a lot of people talk about how she's like she switch up, like she's very rude. She's and they were saying things like she was like, don't look at me, don't touch me. I don't want people looking at me. I don't want stuff like that or whatever. Just saying. One of the people that was talking said something that I just don't like that phrase, the idea of it. I mean, someone of her stature, you have all these fans, you could at least grace us with your presence. And I'm like, damn. That's the same shit that I hear women saying now that say they're independent and they pay all their bills, but if they get married, they don't want to work anymore. So what do you offer the man then? Well, if the man is paying all the bills, I'll cook, I'll take care of the kids, I'll grace him with my presence. Like, what the fuck? So this whole mentality, I'm a deity to you, I'm a god to you. Look, you know how lucky you are? You get to look at me, you get to smell me, and all your five senses, right? Look how lucky you are. Grace us with your presence. This is why people do what they do, because they get put on pedestals. You understand what I'm saying? This is boxing, bro. Y'all get too much into your feelings about these fucking fighters. And the crazy thing is, it's the dudes. It's not the females. It's you guys. Why are you so emotionally attached to these goddamn men? Right is right and wrong is wrong. And part of my point, if the fucking KKK made a perfume or made handbags, would you wear it and say, well, I don't like the KKK. I know they hate us, but I just like the bag. So you going to support them? So my point, what I'm saying, if a person has a bad rep and they're mistreating people, I'm just saying. And it's one thing if a person is saying, I don't flirt, I don't do none of that shit. You're going to talk to me, keep it respectful. I respect that 1,000,000%. But that's not what's being said. It's like she's just on some I'm better than you, like shit that I'm hearing people saying about her. So my point is, for the people that see this kind of shit and go, oh my God, I can't believe she ain't shit. Okay, now that you know that, you're going to continue to buy her shoes and her perfume? You rocking her shoes right now? Oh, I just like the shoe. This is what that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you're going to continue to, you understand what I'm saying? You're going to continue to do that shit? I read this story about blood diamonds way before the movie. I seen what was happening in South Africa and all these situations where these people are digging up diamonds and they get beans or rice, piece of bread, little thing of stuff like that, and not even getting paychecks. How these people make no money and you over here with fucking big ass rocks on your fingers and shit. And I'm like, damn, wait. So these people, I'm a kid with this shit. I'm being told this shit, and I'm like, wait. So wait. So these people are making no money. They're finding diamonds. These diamonds are of great value, and then other people are wearing diamonds. But these people don't get nothing. And the stories that even somebody was accused of still the guy chopped the guy's daughter's hands off. Both of her hands. And even chopped her tongue off because they said she was lying for her dad. And they come to find out neither one of them was lying. Can't get your hands back, can't get your tongue back. What happened to those people? Huh? Don't that remind you of the stuff I was talking about when I was reading the verses of slavery from the Bible? How people think that same shit about slaves. Obey your earthly masters with fear and sincerity of heart. Not only, as you would Christ. Not only those who are gentle and kind to you, but those who are dishonest and unjust. Meaning, it don't matter what the fuck we do, we not wrong. So what did you say? You chopped this little girl's arms off. You chopped her tongue off. And nothing happened to you because you're the authority. Where's the justice in that? So these unjust acts go without any discipline, nothing. No justice being served. And this is coming from God in the Bible. So wait. If you ever got your ass whooped, whoever had this happen to him, my dad did this to me before. He tore my ass up for something I didn't even do. I'm like 9 years old. I didn't even know what he was whooping my. All I know was I was laying down and I just woke up getting hit. And I didn't even know it was my father. I started swinging back at first. I didn't even know it was my dad. Tore my ass up with this big, thick, rawhide belt. When my father found out that I was innocent, you know what my father said to me? Well, I probably got you for something you got away with before. Walked out and slammed the door. Didn't apologize to me. And I'm like, what the? And that shit hurt me so hard. I mean, it hit because I got to the point I couldn't even relax in my own house because I didn't know when I was going to get hit and for what. I'm like, I'm a kid. You understand me? And I'm like, you understand? So I knew I would never do that to my kids. And of course, you grow up. And fortunately, I was able to process things and get things out my system because if I did, I could hold a grudge. And then what, right? You understand what I'm saying? But where did that mentality come from? You are the authority. You don't have to apologize. You're always right. Those who you roll over answer to you, not the other way around. That's the mentality. Why do you think our parents are so strict and hard on us? Everything that they did came from what? That Bible. And that's how they were raised. My father used to say, my mama whoop my butt, I'm going to whoop your butt. Damn, what if your mama was wrong? You understand what I'm saying? There's no rhyme or reason. It's just something happened. You got to get... So, no. You got to think, man. You have to think. You have to use your common sense and your good judgment. And when you don't know things, how about you open up your ears and listen so you can learn instead of let me be defensive and start getting in my feelings, because that's what all I see in here. Everybody's in their fucking feelings about everything, but they never stop to consider and think of anything. I don't give a fuck what you was taught. I don't give a fuck what I was taught. I have a brain to think and understand. Wait a minute. I could be wrong. Let me step back and check. Let me start researching. That's what I did. And that's what I do. But y'all so quick to get in your feelings and try to defend these fucking fighters. Do you think these fighters care about y'all? Ryan Garcia stood there and told everybody to suck his dick, right? Fuck y'all. Whole time lying his ass off, knowing he cheated. They booed him for not making weight. Then he stand on the scale drinking all. He did all this goofy shit. Trying trying to fucking play the role, but at the same time, I told y'all something is wrong with this boy here. He ain't right. Oh man, he got y'all here fool. He ain't got me shit. Something ain't right with this dude. We all work with somebody who something is wrong with this person. This motherfucker shouldn't even be working here. See how wrong I was about Ryan? Huh? All y'all that was flooding my comment section talking shit, trying to defend him. Yeah, y'all look real stupid now, don't y'all? Huh? Yeah, but it took him to finally admit, I got something for that anyway. So, I ain't gonna take it there right now. But bottom line, we deal with life. We deal with real life. And not for nothing, but a lot of you motherfuckers ain't even been on your own long enough to be trying to talk shit about the world. You don't study enough. You ain't lived enough to do shit, to be trying to fucking talk about what you know when you really don't know shit. And it shows when you guys talk. And I'm not saying this to be fucking to chop your fucking head off. I'm saying this to be real. A lot of you are immature as fuck. Your comments are immature as shit. And you don't understand when you're looking at things. I ask you all the same thing. Any one of you out there, a fight, I don't care who your favorite fighter is. If you have a nephew, niece, whoever, if right now any of y'all talking about y'all Bud fans, would you be sitting there cheering for Bud and your son? Or Bud and your brother, Bud and your cousin? Or you going to be cheering for your cousin? Because if you sit there playing neutral, you ain't shit. I wouldn't even want you at my fight. Keep your stupid ass home. No, I don't even want you there. You going to be cheering for me and my opponent? Nah, I'm nobody's fan, bro. I don't cheerlead for nobody. I don't personally care. When a fighter, listen, even if I want you to win, the most you gonna get out of me is, he tried. He tried. Man, it is what it is. Congratulations to the winner. Certain people need to be removed. Like when I told people, Trump being removed, I can understand that. Like I said before, I can understand that. But this guy Biden is not gonna do any better. Might do worse, but he ain't gonna do any better. So, I know why Trump had to be removed. But, don't expect no big change for the better with Biden. People was trying to tell you, yeah, but you know, I'm like, hey, listen, man, I'm not here to debate you. I'm telling you. I said, what is Biden's politics? Well, he's a Democrat. And you know, Democrats think from Republican. Oh, so you don't know his politics. Okay, right. I know. Y'all just going by Democrat versus Republican. You don't even know what his politics are. What is he speaking about? What is his plans? Y'all don't even know these things. Yet you go to a poll and you vote just because. Then when he starts fucking up, man, this motherfucker. What I tell you guys, you put too much. Get up off your ass and make life better for yourself. That's what I live by. I'm not depending on no politician to make shit better. So no matter how hard shit get, you gotta roll with them punches and you gotta motherfucking be on your square at all times. Cause why? Shit changes. Do you motherfuckers realize in some states it's $5 fucking for a gallon of milk? My parents used to send me to the corner store. A gallon of milk was 75 fucking cent in the 80s. Okay? 75 fucking cent. $5 for every store that's called Dollar General or Dollar Tree or Family Dollar should be called $10 General. Okay? Family $10. Okay? $10 Tree. Ain't no dollar shit no more. Or everything is high. Everything. Every restaurant you go in. Fast food, gourmet restaurant, whatever. Everything. Get everything. Remember how everybody was bitching about gas? Everything is high now. Everything. So what you ain't gonna keep doing that? You gonna keep sitting there thinking that some politician, somebody gonna come along and make life better for us? Here's the crazy part, is when you make moves and people see what you're doing and see the results, but they still run around with the same old, oh, Lord, help us, please have mercy. Lord, we not worthy, Lord, but please help us. Right? Knock yourself out with that. And then when the politician get in, you like I always tell y'all, when Obama got in, first fucking things Obama said, one of the first things he said when he was talking was, what I did tonight, which he should have said we, all right, because you ain't get your ass in there by yourself. But bottom line, and there's more to that too, but what he should have, but what he said was, if I can do what I did tonight, Any one of you can do anything. Don't depend on me. No more excuses. And that was what's like the most respectable thing I ever heard come out of Obama's mouth. Yeah, don't depend on me. No more excuses. You guys keep depending on presidents, congressmen, mayors, all that. You guys think that these people, you think these people care about, they don't know me and you personally, okay? They don't know us. They have a job to do. Hospitals see people come in and die. They see people coming stitched up, head buzzed. They see this shit all the time. It gets to a point they get immune to it. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's just boxing. That's all. Get out your feelings and be stand-up men. Because it's you guys who be coming in my comment sections crying over these fighters. Talk to me in the comment section. Respectfully. I don't want to hear no damn emotional shit because I'm not going to respond to it, or I'm just going to delete the shit. And I'm sick of like this baby and shit. I really am. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings you out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.